Hello, and welcome to another day of Living with Spina Bifida. Today is Mental Health Monday, and I am going to be sharing with you awesome mental health tips from real people. Just as a reminder, these are not medical recommendations. Be sure to check with a mental health professional before starting any kind of treatment. Know that it's okay to not be okay right now. Give yourself permission to feel like crap. Don't feel guilty about it. No one expects you to feel on top of the world every moment. Know that you can't change a situation by worrying. Overthinking something that you can't do anything about can't change the outcome anyway. So it's really of no use except to basically drive you crazy. Don't always listen to the voice inside your head. Don't believe everything you think. Just because you had a crippling negative thought about yourself doesn't mean it's true. Use your senses to help you stay in the moment. Do a countdown with your 5 senses. If you feel a panic attack coming on, notice 5 things that you see, 4 things that you feel, 3 things that you hear, 2 things that you smell, and 1 thing that you taste. It can really help you to get back to reality and stay present. Know that you deserve to get help. No matter how mild or severe your depression, anxiety, any sort of mental illness is, it matters, big or small, and it deserves to get treated. You deserve to get help. Don't feel ashamed or weak if you need medication. If you were diabetic, would you think of yourself as weak for needing insulin? If you need psychiatric medication, it is for a very real medical condition that just so happens to be in your brain, not your pancreas. Never feel ashamed, weak, or guilty. Just do what you need to do to get yourself healthy. Never stop your medication without talking to your doctor first. Take your fucking medication. I often think that this muted version of myself is too boring and I want to get off my medication. It always starts out great. I have more ideas and motivation, but after a few days to weeks, it turns to racing thoughts that just can't stop, and my mind starts interpreting things wrong. They are there for a reason. Sometimes they may make us feel dull or boring or like a totally different person, and we would rather get off the medication so we can feel something again. But it turns out when we do go off the medication, we're not the best kind of person to be around. So it's probably the best idea to just stay on the damn medicine if you need it. Track data to help you identify patterns in how you're feeling day to day. Track yourself. Sleep, food, mood, activity, medications, physical complaints, and significant events. It helps you see connections between your mental state and other variables in your life, which then lets you make choices that are better for your mental health or identify the impact of changes. Don't assume you have to fix everything yourself. If something is wrong, admit that something is wrong and decide that you're going to fix it. You don't have to know what to call the problem or even know the solution, but decide that you're going to work to get better. Strive for happiness, not perfection. Work to be happy, not perfect. Or don't even worry about happy right now. Just focus on okay. Because if you finally get to be okay, eventually you're going to be happy. Express gratitude. It's impossible to feel 100% negative when you make note of everything you're grateful for. Even if you can't think of very much, the act of looking makes you feel better. Remember, no one is judging you as much as you are. No one is ever thinking about you as much as you think they are, because everyone is too busy worrying about themselves. Take care of you and not the you that you feel you're perceived as. Get into journaling. Keeping a journal of your recovery helps you keep track of how you're doing that moment. It is a good reminder to take the process one day at a time. You don't have to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. Know that mental health care is not one size fits all. I was once told 50% of success comes from good medications, but you cannot rely on medications alone. Other 50% comes from the mental effort and positive thinking you have to do every day. Whether it is going to counseling or being an active leader of your life choices and thoughts. You can't succeed by sitting in the back seat and just taking the meds. You have to put in mental effort every day to gain success and be mentally healthy. Let people help you. Know that even though people may not understand you, the ones who love you will try to help you as much as they can. Trust them and rely on them. You don't have to handle it alone. Most importantly, teach them how to do it. It is okay to ask for help, and it is beneficial to tell people exactly how you need them to comfort you. Hugs, listening, offering advice, etc. In the moment, it's easy to worry that their comfort won't mean as much because you've told them what to do. But it is so awesome to be comforted in the way that you truly need. And most people are willing to do exactly what you ask for. It also makes them more willing to help you in the future because they know what to do. Learn to tell when the voice inside your head belongs to your depression. Sometimes the best thing that I can do to help myself separate which thoughts are mine and which belong to anxiety or depression. For example, I might get the thought, why bother going to that club meeting tonight? No one wants me there anyway. First thing I do is attribute the thought to depression. It is not an organic thought of mine. It is depression mimicking my voice, whispering in my ear. This helps me to separate myself from any negative emotions thought might give me. Don't let other people's chaos become your chaos. Give yourself permission to let go of drama and other exhausting and non-essential emergencies from other people. Write insecurities on your body in marker and then wash them away. Use apps to cope with anxiety. When you have anxiety attacks and you begin to feel overwhelmed, it sounds simple, but simply breathing could make a huge difference and lessen the severity of your panic or anxiety attacks. And I will leave a few of those apps and their links down in the description below so you can go find some yourself. Allow yourself to feel your feelings. If you're going through a rough time, feel what you're feeling. Don't cover it up. Don't try and be strong. Allow yourself to feel. Even if it hurts, even if you don't want to face it, just let it happen. It is a very natural and therapeutic way to cope with mental health issues or simply anything difficult that may come your way. Just say no if you really need to. Sometimes it's okay to retreat to your bed and hide under your covers. You can fight long and hard to function in the world. So it's okay to take a break every once in a while. And it's okay to say no every now and again. If you are finding that you have been coping with social situations a lot, then you will need time to recharge your batteries. Sunshine all the time makes a desert. It's a reminder that you need to go through the storms in your life in order to experience growth. Think of yourself as an ant. I tell myself this after obsessing over I've said something wrong in a social situation or when I mess up a task that I'm doing. I am just an ant. No one cares. The world has not changed because of my one mistake. Realizing that on this earth with billions of people, you are just a single person, like an ant on a sidewalk. Comfort yourself the way you would comfort a friend. Think of things from a third-person perspective. So if a friend was feeling stupid or worthless, would I say, yeah, you are pretty stupid and worthless? Or would I say the opposite? We are often way more harsh with ourselves than we are with others. Celebrate small victories because they do add up. If you keep climbing small rocks, you'll eventually conquer the mountain. Separate the things that are stressing you out and put them in their own compartments. Compartmentalize. Draw a grid with several boxes and list your stressors or reasons for anxiety in each box, separating stress from school, work, relationships, etc. in a tangible way can help. Overwhelming feeling of processing them all in your mind at once. Go through each box on the grid and list ways that you can make the situation better, or facts that prove the situation is not worth feeling anxious about. Tackling each point of stress one at a time on paper can calm you down and help you feel more in control. Get through just 10 seconds at a time. And finally, sometimes you just have to say screw it all and move on.